Hey everyone, welcome to today's YouTube video. My name is Rachel and I am doing another military wife vlog. I just wanted to thank you all for watching the last one I did. I really appreciated the love and support that I got for that. I really enjoyed just sharing, not oversharing, but just kind of sharing like how it's been and what we're up to. And I just like kind of like journaling it too, just progressing from week to week and what we've been up to. And so hopefully when Jay gets back, he'll get to see what we've been up to. So I just wanted to kind of share how it's been since I last talked about it. So the last time I talked, Jay was not able to talk or call us his first Sunday part of basic. They weren't going to let them call until they were completely done with their first week. So I did get a letter though, which was really nice. In that way, now I have the address and I can send him letters. So that was exciting. I got to finally send all those off. And anyways, so I got a letter from him, got to just hear about how he's doing and how the first week had been going. And he was in the red phase at the time for the first 2 weeks, and that's when they're really tough on them. And I mean, I wasn't there to give the level of how the intensity was, but I just know from his letters that it was intense. But anyways, so I got to hear from him through that, and then I started sending letters. And the next Sunday, he finally got to call. But that was the Sunday that I started singing again on the praise and worship team at our church. And he called. I thankfully thought, oh, if he calls and I'm singing, I'm going to miss it, so I'm going to let him know. And I just kind of sent him pictures and things in case. Well, sure enough, right after the first service worship, I went back to the prayer worship team room, and I left my phone in there, and I had calls from him and texts and everything. And I was like, oh no. I immediately called him and I got a hold of him, and I had to go out of the church because I didn't have any service. So I went out the back, and I'm in the cold talking to him, and he said he had 4 to 5 minutes left. And he was like, I sent you videos to let you know what I've been up to. What have you been doing? And my mind was just blank. I was like, I don't even know. Because I was, up here, and then I ran back to talk to him, and I was like, what have I been doing? And I was like, well, it's just been gross and nasty. Like, that whole week was so rainy. I was like, so we haven't really been up to much. That week, we also had the tornado warnings and watch. So when we went to my mom's, so I was telling him that, and I was out of breath from just running around and everything. And he just got to kind of say a few things, and then he had to go. And I was, told him I loved him, and I would tell Rayleigh I loved him and everything. And I try not to think a lot about it, because I was like, I don't want to get really sad because I still have another service and everything. So I went back in the service and listened to the sermon. And then the second service, we went through. Well, afterwards, on my way home, I was listening to the voicemail that he sent me, and he sent us 3 voice memos to kind of talk about what he's been up to. And he was trying to send videos and stuff, and they didn't come through except one voice memo, which I'm glad the one that came through, it was the most important, where he was just telling us he loves us and how he's praying for us and stuff. So that was sweet. I hated that I didn't get all of them, and I really hated missing talk to him. But I was getting to serve and everything, and Jay was like, always has told me, if I ever call during church or anything like that, like, it's okay, just just do what you're doing, And I'm like, well, I really wanted to talk to him, but it's okay. But anyways, it's just how it is. So yeah, I just kind of kept writing him, and I kept getting letters from him. And then the following Sunday, I was at small group, but it was towards the end, and he called me later in the day. He called me around 3, and I was so happy, because he did tell me he would probably get to call later once they were getting out of the red phase. And here he called me at 3, and I was at the end of small group, and I ran out and went outside and talked to him. And I was just like so happy to be able to actually get to talk to him, because it had been 3 weeks since I had really, like, we FaceTimed, 3 weeks since I had seen his face. And same for Rayleigh, because even though I've had talked to him here and there, she had not talked to him live in 3 weeks. So I FaceTimed him and just got to actually, like, my brain was working, and I remembered what we had been doing and everything. Thankfully, in my letters, I kind of journal more in the letters and say, this is what we did this week. But anyway, so I was like just telling him what we've been up to and how everything's been going. I got to hear from him how his day-to-day is. They had just finished that day the end of red phase, so they got to talk for an hour, which was so nice. So I waited for my sister. I was with her. I waited for her to be done with small group. I took her to her car, and I rushed home so Rayleigh could talk to Jay, and she got to talk to him. At first she was like kind of shy, you know, and then she just, you know, said hi. She was sucking her thumb. Well, she walked away, and then she came back, and she was like, Dad, like sorry, I was spitting there, but she was like, Dad, and she remembered. She was like, oh, that's my dad. So she was really sweet and got to talk, and we just kind of talked about you know, how everything's been going, and that was really nice to have that long. And we got to have a good goodbye and everything, and I screen recorded that last part, so the rest of the week for Rayleigh I would play that at nighttime, and she would blow Jay a kiss and say goodnight, just so she could see him, you know. So yeah, so still getting letters and still sending letters. And then this past Sunday he called, and he didn't call till like 6 our time, and I was really all day Sunday I kept checking my phone and looking, and I was praying, and I was like, please God, like, I hope he can call, because it was getting so late, and they go to bed, you know, pretty early over there, and they're an hour ahead. And so I was like, is he gonna get to call? And finally at 6 he got to call, and I was like, I'm so happy. I thought I was gonna cry because I was just so happy. But anyway, so we got to talk to him again for another hour, and he told me because they won a platoon versus platoon thing, and I was like, well, thank you for winning that so I could talk to you for so long. And anyway, so we just got to talk. I was a little more emotional this time, just because of the following week I was a lot more emotional about just missing him, and I think just realizing how long I still have till I get to see him. We were hoping that in April we were supposed to get to go for like family day to see him for his turning green ceremony. It's like the middle of basic and AIT, and they just set out that we would not be able to go. So I took that pretty hard, and was pretty sad about that. So we talked about that a little bit, but I was like, well, we were just, you know, reminding ourselves. He wrote this to me in a letter about just how he has to continually, and same for me, remind ourselves that our joy is found in the presence of the Lord, and it's not found in anything else but God, like the true joy. So even though we love each other and love to be together, the true joy that we have every day comes from God and not each other. So we just kind of had to realize that for ourselves through this process, but we were just talking about it together, and that made me like tear up, because I was just love getting to talk about that with him. You know, I was just proud of him. And anyways, in some of the letters he sent, he was like encouraging me, and he encouraged me. He wrote this like one day, and I had a bad day this day, and I got the letter right after that, and I was like, oh my gosh, the Holy Spirit really used him to say all these encouraging things, not knowing I would need it when I got it. And so I was just thankful for that, and how the Holy Spirit works everything out like that. Anyways, so I was a little more teary and emotional this past Sunday talking, and afterwards, it was like a really quick goodbye. There wasn't really like a countdown. Sometimes they do it, and they're like, oh, 3 minutes. But anyways, so I was like, okay, bye, I love you. And, you know, me and Rayleigh were waving at him and everything. So after that, I was like, I took that hard. I don't know why. I was just like, I was crying. And anyways, but Rayleigh was really, really good talking to him. Like, she was like, oh, Dad, and she was listening and smiling and everything, and she was reading in her books and playing with her toys and showing him stuff. And she brought one of those old-timey dial phones that we have, the Fisher-Price ones. She brought it over to me while I was talking to Jay, and I told him, I said, oh my goodness, we pretend to call you during the week and I'm actually talking to you, and she brings me this phone. I thought that was cute. So, and then the whole time I was feeding her snacks because it was like her dinner time and we were talking to him, so I was just giving her all these snacks. And I was like, I gave her a banana, and she had a veggie pouch, and she had yogurt bites, and she had something else, oh, goldfish, and she ate all that. And then at the end I was giving her mac and cheese, and we were gonna have her whole dinner, but I was like just giving her food as I was talking to Jay. But anyways, it was still good to talk to him. Just sometimes I'm a little more emotional after talking to him, because in that hour, in that moment, like, he's with us and everything. And so after he hangs up, I'm like, okay, another weekend. But anyways, but I'm good. Just, you know, just throughout this, like I said before, I'm just used to having him and being with him, and this is so new and a new process. And so I just have to continually remind myself of the joy found in God's presence, and that he gives me all that I need during this time, and same for Jay. So it's just always good to get to talk to him and get letters from him and everything. It's a real blessing, because I know back in the day they didn't get to do that. So being able to get to see his face is like a big deal, you know. So anyways, we probably won't get to see him until the actual graduation in July. So this day to that is like 127 days. So, but I can't think of it like that. I have to, you know, just kind of go day to day and be like, okay, what are we doing today, you know. And so anyways, so that's how the last few weeks have been. So it was a lot more to talk about this time around, because it's been actually a couple weeks since I recorded the last video, even though you'll see them pretty back to back. But anyway, so thank you all for praying for him and for checking on me and caring about us. It really means a lot, and I'm just so thankful to have such a supportive family on both sides, mine and Jay's family, and to have such a good church family and friends that care. It means a lot. It means a lot to me. So oh, and even whoever watches this video, thank you very much, because I feel like I'm actually talking to people, but also it just helps me kind of document how it's been going. So thank you for watching this update, and I will space it out more this upcoming time because I'm pretty caught up, so I won't do this all the time if you're watching this and just want to see how it's been going. So anyways, thank you for watching, and if you don't mind, please like this video and comment if you have any questions, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, I have an update. I found out that we are going to be able to see Jay at the Turning Green ceremony in April. I'm so excited. I previously said in this video that we were told we weren't be able to come, and then just a couple days later they were like, oh, actually, yeah, y'all can come. So I was like, look at God, because I've still been trying to just believe that we could, no matter what they said. And we've had people praying, and I just thank you to everyone who has been praying along with me. And I'm so excited to see Jay in April. So